Hey everybody, welcome to Life Inside Hell. It's me, Brother Wild Bill, coming to you from inside the most dangerous prison in the Western Hemisphere. I was a professional killer in the street from 2006 until 2010 when I was arrested and given a 46-year sentence for quintuple homicide. That means 5 of them if you don't know. Anyway, so I've been in here for 13 years in the clink. I've served 13 years of a 46-year sentence. I've risen to the level of being the prison's chaplain. I am the spiritual leader, government-recognized spiritual leader of Sector C, which is the most dangerous and volatile prison in Central America, and certainly one of the worst prisons in the world. So, I've not been on as much as I'd like to be. I think a lot of people are asking me, a lot of my loyal listeners are asking me, where the hell are you at? You know, they're sending me messages and stuff, and I want to say how much I appreciate you guys when you worry about me like that. I mean, it really does make me feel loved, and I'm thankful for that. And so if you've asked, if you've been one of the ones to send a message, God bless you, and thank you for helping me to feel like I matter. The reason I've not been on very much and publishing audio diaries, this is my audio diary about what's going on in my life. And sometimes we talk about the past, sometimes we talk about what we're going to do in the future, sometimes it's motivational. But today, just kind of giving you a general overview of what's going on here in hell. I'm planning a hunger strike in which originally only 50 guys were going to participate in, but now it looks like 5,000 are going to participate in. So, it's just kind of taken off, and I think it's going to be a thermonuclear bomb here inside the prison system. I'm actually a little bit nervous that it's getting bigger than what I anticipated it to be. I had originally planned it to be a small event, just dealing directly with Sector C, which is there's 127 of us in here, and only about 56 of us were going to participate. Now the whole Sector C is going to participate, I think. I hope, and or at least they've all, pretty much everybody's chimed in and said they're going to. And then also the news of this happening spread into the rest of the prison. I'm getting other inmate leaders calling me saying that they want to participate as well. So it should be interesting. My lawyer, I typed up a list of demands and what I want. I'm asking to speak to the warden, obviously, but also the national prison czar. That should be interesting. The police who's in the head honcho policeman who's in charge of the whole facility, the whole 12,000 prisoner facility, as well as the police commissioners who's in charge of my Sector C only. So I asked for the local human rights lady to be our mediator. So I'm trying to do it as conservatively and as professionally, that's the right word, not conservatively, professionally as possible for just for the benefit of everybody. So I have a really good list of what I'm asking for. So that should be helpful. Here inside the prison, everything's going pretty good. There hadn't been any fights or anything the last couple of days. I had an American guy here with me. I called him John. That's not his name. I called him on the show here, John. John got shipped back to the United States. And I talked to his wife a couple times. He got back day before yesterday. That's the fastest I've ever seen that happen, by the way. Ever. He's only here about like 10 days or something. Anyway, they must have really wanted him there. He's wanted for a homicide in Florida. So they shipped him back there. His wife told me that he's in quarantine, but that his lawyer had been able to see him. So I'm just happy he's there. He's going to be somewhere, obviously they'll take a hell of a lot better care of him there than here. He was wonderful to have around. It made me miss the States a lot, Made me miss and I talked about this in an earlier thing, and I may actually ask his wife if she'd like to hear this episode. I talked about this earlier. I'm a redneck white dude that grew up in the mountains of western North Carolina. And John is an African-American fellow who grew up in Florida, and he's kind of like a gangster. And so he and I are culturally really far apart. In the United States, we would be two hard-felt friends in the United States if we met on the street. We wouldn't have much in common. And then here in this hell, when he came in, he was like reaching out to me like, Bill, and I'm like, hey, brother, what's up? I was so excited to see another American. And so after spending, 13 years with these people, every time I get to spend a moment with somebody from my own nation, it's like, even though culturally in the States we would be very far apart, here we're like twins. You know what I mean? We have nothing in common. We're twins. And so I'm like so emotionally invested in what happens to him. Like, I want to make sure that he's doing well, like his well-being is extremely important to me. So like, I take care of him and stuff. It was a bit taxing, to be honest with you, because I'm pretty set in my ways, I run the show here, and I'm kind of, I got my system of doing things. And so taking care of John was a little taxing because, I don't really have a whole lot of extra time to do jack shit. But at the same time, it felt really rewarding to see, because I can only imagine the hell he would have had to live if I hadn't been here, and how the boys would have lined up to try to make him pay him money and do stuff, and so I was really pleased, and the cops were too. The cops thanked me as well. Hey, thanks for taking. I'm like, yeah, of course, you got to thank me for taking care of me as my brother. And so I think that, like, in this terrible circumstance, like a lifelong, I don't know. If I ever see the guy again, I'll be like, want to give him a hug like he's like my brother or something, because of just those 10 days we passed together here in this hellback. Who else would know about that? No other American or no other like British guy or no other Australian guy or New Zealand guy or South African guy is going to understand. If you ain't been here and seen it with your own fucking eyes, you ain't going to understand. And even though he was only here 10 days, he knows, and he leaves, and I would imagine, like, as much as I think about, like, I hope everything's going well for him, and I get an update every day from his wife. I'm thankful for that. But even, I wonder if he thinks the same of me. Like, shit, Bill's stuck in that hell, So, but anyway, the only thing I'm trying to say is that it's interesting how much more I had in common with John than I have with the folks and who I'm in prison with, His education, he's a smart guy, really smart guy. Read like and that was another thing. I find somebody that reads a whole lot, man, I know that I can be friends with that person, because and John was like consuming the books that I had here. Like, he read like 3 or 4 in the 10 days that he was here. So I mean, like, and I really enjoyed cooking for us, because like I cook for these Panamanians a little bit every now and then, and they don't even understand the food. If it's not just white rice and like shit food, they don't like. It's funny, they don't like good food, they want shit food, So it was nice to have something. I would like cook something and be like, damn, Bill, that was good. And it's like, ugh. And I'm not insane. After all, I'm not insane. There's another human being that left on the planet, So what's going on in hell? Not a lot. I'm busting my balls right now trying to get this hunger strike put together. What I'm having a really hard time with, and I'm surprised by that, is getting anybody in the international news media to talk to me. All the national Panamanian news media, I can't speak. All the Panamanian national news media wants to speak to me, and I'm having a hard time getting like my own damn people, from the United States, from England, from anywhere like that. Even I've tried even Germany and stuff, but like them tip lines, they just don't pay any attention to that shit, do they, at all? So like, every single, I've sent 60 emails in the last few days, at least 60, and I have wonderful help helping me research, where to send the emails to, but just not had any response, no play at all, and I'm surprised by that. So if anybody listening knows a reporter, and wants to do me a favor, hook us up, put me together with him. We're in a place where human rights have been suspended, and people are dying, and this is the worst prison facility in the world, one of the top 10 worst prison facilities in the world, and we're going to go on a hunger strike, and it's a dangerous thing. We're risking our lives, not by the hunger, by the retaliation of the state. The hunger isn't going to kill us. I'm fat. The hunger ain't going to kill me, but what could kill me is the retaliation of the state, the Panamanian state against us, the Panamanian government. So that's what's shaking in hell. If you want to talk to me directly for any reason at all, my email address is in the description box. My Instagram and Facebook is there as well. If you want to know more about my life, then there's also a link to the Wikipedia page about me that's got some basic information. And then there's a book I wrote called Long Live the King and Wild Bill. Go buy that damn book. It helps me helps me eat in hell, because they don't even give you food here. You got to buy your own food. You got to buy your own toilet paper. You got to buy your own bed. You got to buy your own every fucking thing. So it helps. Anyway, them selling them books. So we'll buy that damn book, and I think you'll enjoy it as well. Also, I did an interview today with a guy that's got a huge show. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say nothing about it yet until the interview's over with, but I'm excited about that. If you know of a guy if you know of anybody that has a podcast, a YouTube channel, a reporter, anybody that you think should talk to me or that I should talk to, put us together, please. I'm looking for publicity. Put us together. Help us talk. So thanks, guys. Love each and every one of you. Jesus Christ loves you, and I love you too. I'm Wild Bill, coming to you from inside the most dangerous prison in the Western Hemisphere.